Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good afternoon everyone. Okay, we meet again this week for our second week PdPR. Okay, so today I will teach you, actually not teaching you, I'm explaining to you about science process skills. Okay, again with the science process skill. Last week you have learned about observing. Okay, how to make an observation and what is the definition is observing. Okay, so first, okay, for just a revision, okay, last week you have learned about observing. So observing is using your five senses to look for something that is happening around you. Okay, what is your five senses? Your hearing, your seeing, okay, your sight, okay, your taste, and then your touching, and then the last one is your hearing. Okay, so there are five senses that are using when you are doing an observation. Okay class, so today you will learn about another science process skills. Okay, the second one is classifying, and then the other one is measuring and using numbers. So you are learning, so I will be teaching you two science process skill for today. Okay, so the first one is classifying. Okay, wait, I will share my screen. Okay. Okay, so today class you will learn about classifying. What is classifying? What is the definition of classifying? And okay, next, okay, look. Okay, when you are classifying, when you are, okay, you are classifying when you are first, okay, look. Okay, this is a set of image. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4. Okay, 8 times 4 is 32. So there are 32 image of a set, block of a shapes. Okay, so okay, when you look into the image, what can you do? Okay, so you will be classifying all the shapes. Okay, you will be classifying all the shape into a group. Okay, each group with their own characteristics. Okay, so next. Okay, first what you need to do class, okay, you must detect the similarities, persamaan. Okay, so you must detect the similarities. Okay, so look at the image. Okay, so the similarities is the shape of, what is that, square, is it right? The shape of square, even though the color is different but the shape is the same. So that is the similarities. Okay, what are the similarities? The same shapes. Okay, so you can detect the shapes. Okay, they are square, they are rounds, they are ovals, they are triangle, they are pentagon, okay, trapezoid. Okay, and also, okay, you can detect the same color. Okay, the blue one, the orange one, the yellow ones, the red one, the green one. Okay, so they are, the first one the same shapes. Okay, the second one is the same color. Okay, so you can detect there are two type of similarities. The first one is the same shapes. The second one is the same color. So this is how you can classifying. Okay, next. Okay, when you are classifying, you are grouping an object based on certain criterion. Okay, criteria. Okay, the first one is the based on the color. Okay, based on the color. Okay, the first color is yellow. The second one is orange. The third one is the red color. The fourth one is, I can tell you there is a blue. Blue or aqua. Okay, there's a blue color. The the fifth one is the green color, and then the last one is it purple or blue? Purple lah. Okay, so class, first you need to, you just remember how to do a classifying first. Okay, you can group based on their similarities. Okay, persamaan. Awak boleh gabungkan dia dalam satu persamaan. Okay, so based on their similarities. So in this similarities is about color. Okay, and then the second one. Okay, you can group each object into the same shapes. Okay, shapes. The round one, okay, the triangle one, the square one, the oval one, the trapezoid one. Okay, so you can group each object into the same shapes. Okay, before this, using the shape, using the shapes pula. Shame tu malu kan? Using the same, sorry for my slip of tongues. Okay, using the same shapes. Okay, next, you can group an object based on their, okay, look, grouping object in different way. Okay, so there are different ways of grouping an object. Okay, so what is the different way? Okay, this one have one side only. This one has many sides, isn't it? Okay, so there are two group of object. Okay, next class. Okay, so you must know what is meant by classifying. Okay, the definition of classifying is a process of grouping object. Okay, you are grouping an object according to certain characteristic for a purpose. So first, if you want to group an object, you must know what is the purpose. If you want to, if the purpose is to group an object with the same color, so the purpose is the same colors. Okay, so first, before you are grouping an object, you must know what is the purpose of that classifying. And class, so again, classifying is a process of grouping object according to certain characteristic for a purpose. Okay, what is the characteristic? First, you can use either the same characteristic or the different characteristic. Okay, when do we need to classify? Okay, when you need to classify class, when there are many item or information. Okay, by an example, the student in your class. Okay, how do we classify the student in your class? Okay, because of what? Because there are many students in your class. So we need to classify each of you into a group. Maybe a group of gender by girls or by boys. Okay, a group of races. Okay, a group of what? Okay, a group of level of your apa dah lupa dah nak cakap. Okay, the level of your kefahaman. Okay, your understanding, sorry your understandings. Okay, so the level of your understanding, we need to classify you into your level of understanding of this topic. So there are some of you that do not know how to classify. So there are some of you know some. Okay, know a little. Okay, a bit of how to classify, and then there are some of you really know how to classify. So this is a classifying. Okay, so again, many item you need to classify if you have many item or information. If you have one item or one information, you don't need to do a classifying. Okay, and then number 2, item or information are not organized. Okay, so when your item or your information are not organized, so you need to classify it. Okay, so uh, like an example, you are given a set of information that is randomized. Randomized, berterabur. Awak diberi satu information, satu maklumat yang ada banyak dalam tu but not organized, berterabur. So what do you need to do? You need to classify it. Okay, awak perlu kelaskan ia. Okay, next. How do we classify? Okay, so how do we classify? Number 1, okay, you identify the general characteristic of the item. What is general? Okay, that you can that you can see at a glance. Sekali tengok je, okay, there is a general characteristic like in the set of image before this. Okay, so what is the general characteristic? First, the shapes. Second, the color. Okay, so that is a general characteristic. Okay, number 2, sort out item of the same characteristic into their respective group. So you must sort out. Okay, sort out all the item with the same characteristic into their group. Okay, so if you are classifying into based on their shape, so if the shape is triangle, triangle must be sort into a triangle group. The square must be sort into the square group. The circle must go into the circle group. The oval must go into the oval group. Okay, so number 3, identify others characteristic. So you must identify other characteristics. Okay, like if you are classifying into the shape, so you must identify other characteristic like the color of the shapes. Okay, how many side of the shape. Okay, for number 4, you must repeat step 1 to 3. You must repeat step 1 to 3 until there is only one item in each group. Okay, so until all the item has been sorted out, so before that you must repeat the step. Okay, next. Okay, so that is for a classifying. So again, class, if you what is the definition of classifying? Classifying is group a set of an object into the same classification or different classification. Okay, again, what is classifying? Okay, you put an object or set of information into each group based on their characteristic. Either it the similarities, persamaan, or the differences, perbezaan. Okay, so look into, okay, we go in, we cannot look, okay, sorry class. Okay, a bit of nervous today. Okay, actually I forgot about today timetable. Okay, still using the last timetable. Sign is on Thursday, so I thought the sign is yesterday. So today is Friday. Okay, so sorry again. Okay, so we look into the second sign process skills. Okay, measuring and using numbers. What is measuring and using number? Okay, you have learned about observing. Okay, observing, and then you have learned about classifying, and then so now you are learning about measuring and using number. What is measuring and using number? In Malay, we call it mengukur dan menggunakan nombor. Okay, the word stand for itself, measuring and using numbers. Okay, look. Okay, you are measuring and using numbers when you are. Okay, you are measuring and using the numbers when you are first able to count and compare quantity of item in different groups. Okay, so you are able to count. Okay, anda boleh mengira. Okay, and compare quantity of item in different group. Okay, like the item for the first one is the bulb. Okay, menthol is 1. The leaf is 3. The group of people is 5. Okay. Okay, so you are able to count. If you are able to count, then you are measuring and using the number. Okay, so you measure first. You measure the amount of that item, and then you interpret it into a number. So they are what we call measuring and using a number. If you have a group of people of 5 people, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then okay, you put the number is 5. So you are counting the number, and then you are using the number. You are interpreting the number. Okay, look at number 2. Again, okay, able to count and compare quantity of item in different group. Okay, so you are able to count. Okay, you can count and compare quantity of item in a different group. Okay, so there are one group, but you are divided the group into two group. The first group is consists of 4 light bulb. Okay, so there are 4. Okay, so the second group is consists of 6. You are counting it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 bulb. Okay, so you are comparing the quantity item in the different group. The first group is 4, the second group is 6. Okay, next. You are able to recognize the pattern from a table of numbers. 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, so if you are able to recognize the pattern, so what is the number next after 35? So you are now 20, 25, 30, 35. So you are predicting it based on the pattern of that number. So the number after 35 is 40. Why is 40? Because the number is 20, 25, 30, 35, and then when you are put another 5 is 40. Okay, look at the pattern of the second numbers, 10, 20, 40, 80. 10 to 20 is 10 to 20 is 10. 20 to 40 is 20. 40 to 80 is 40. So how to recognize the pattern from this table of numbers? Okay, they are ascending. Okay, ascending. Semakin menaik. Okay, look at the third pattern. 120, 95, 79, 20. This pattern of number is what we call descending. Menurun. Daripada 120 menurun ke 95 and then to 79 and then to 70. Okay, next. Okay, so you are measuring and using a number to record a phenomenon, untuk menunjukkan satu fenomena. Okay, so the example is a stand. This is a stand fan. Kipas, bukan stand fan kan, table fan. Stand fan is that one that's standing. This one is table fan. Okay, so you know there are a button on the body of that fan. Okay, if you pressing the 0, it will stop. If you are pressing number 1, okay, and then the fan will rotate slowly. If you are pressing number 2, okay, it getting fast. And then if you are pressing number 3, and then the blade, the what we call it, pusingan of that blade, the rotation of that blade is the fastest, paling laju, okay, paling sejuk. Usually we are using number 3. Okay, next, using a number to record phenomenon. Okay, this one is hari 1, hari 2, hari 3. Sorry Okay, saya terlupa pula nak translate hari tu. Okay, day 1, day 2 and then day 3. Okay, day 1, okay, that is the 3 cms. And then day 2 is 4 cm. And then day 3 is 5 cm. So you can record the number of phenomenon. Next, using scales and explaining ratios. Okay, you are using a scales. What is scales? Alat penimbang. And explaining ratios, kadar. Okay, 1 cm sama dengan berkadaran dengan 10 cm. So if you know what is the ratios, kadaran, and then you are using a numbers, you are measuring and using a number. Okay, you can convert it into a ratio. Okay, 1 cm is according to 10 cm in real time, real life. Okay, so next, you are comparing an object using a numbers. Okay, so you have a set of object and then you are comparing the number first by their prices dengan harga dia. So the first teapot is 17 ringgit. Okay, and then the second teapot is 18 ringgit. So I am comparing which one is the cheapest, then which one is the, okay, what is mahal lupa dah. Mahal bahasa Inggeris pun dah tak ingat dah. Expensive. Okay, expensive. Okay, sorry for my bad English. Okay, and then you are comparing a two car. Okay, 1600 cc, and then the second one is 2000 cc. So which one, which car is the fastest? So it should be the 2000 cc. Because of what? Because the engines are larger. Okay, cc is cubic centimeter. Okay, so 1100 cc is smaller than 2000 cc in the comparison of the size of the engine. Okay, next, you are using tool correctly. So if you are using a measuring tools, okay, and then that is you are measuring and using a number. Okay, like the example, you are measuring your pinggang. Okay, pinggang bahasa Inggeris pun saya dah terlupa dah. Okay, so you are measuring your height, ketinggian. Okay, so you are using the tape or you are using a growth chart. Okay, so if you can understand how to use the tools and then interpret the and then give the numbers, so you are measuring and using numbers. Okay, next, you are recording unit correctly. Okay, so what is that? Degree of Celsius. The first one is degree of Celsius. What is the using of degree of Celsius? We are measuring a temperature. What is the using of M? What that M? M is meter. You are measuring a length. ml. ml is milliliter. You are measuring a what? liquid. Okay, G is gram. You are measuring a weight, berat. CM3, what is CM3? You have learned it in year 3. For year 4, you have learned it in year 3. Okay, and for year 3, you will be learning it, okay, on the next topic. Okay, CM3. Okay, what is CM? Okay, CM is centimeter. What is KM? Okay, km is kilometer. What is kg? Kg is kilogram. Okay, next. You are choosing and using standard unit. Okay, you are choosing and using standard unit like centimeter, kilometer, meter or millimeter. Okay, not you are using. Okay, what is your height? My height is 7 feet 2 inches. Okay, that is not a feet is not a standard unit. Okay, feet is imperial unit. We are using a standard unit. Okay, so cm, kilometer, meter or am. Am plus mm. Okay, again. Comparing time, distance, area and volume with relevant unit. 20 minutes. Okay, so this class will be held between 20 minutes. Okay, I can run, okay, at least 50 minutes. 7 kilometers, 19 meters. Okay, number 10, determining the accuracy in measurement. I have been reading for 2 hours. Okay, so you have been reading for 2 hours. I have waited for 2 months. Which one is more accurate? Okay, the answer is the first one. I have been reading for 2 hours. Actually, the unit that has been used for I have waited for 2 months is wrong. Actually, for 2 months is for 2 months. Okay. Next. What is meant by measuring and using number? Okay, so this is the definition of measuring and using numbers. Measuring and using numbers is a process of observing. Okay, so observing. Okay, by using a numbers and standard or standardized measuring tool as the reference unit. Okay, so for easier to understand, measuring and using number is when you are using a tools or you are using a standard unit and then you are interpreting it into a number, so you are measuring and using a numbers. Okay, why do we need to measure and use number? Okay, kenapa perlu ni? Why? We need to measure and use the number to obtain more accurate observation. Okay, if you want to you obtain accurate observation, so you need to use numbers. Okay. How do we measure and use number? How do you measure and use number? First, you need to identify the measurement required. If you want to identify the height of your body, so you need to identify the measurement required and then specify the instrument to be used. What do you need to use when you want to measure your height? Okay, then number 3, compare the measurement with the specific instrument. Okay, compare the measurement. If you have two instrument, then you can compare the measurement. Is it correct or not? Okay, so number 4, add up the total measurement. Okay, so I think that's it for today class. Okay, you have learned about, first you have learned about how to do a classifying, okay, based on the similarities or based on the differences. Okay, and then the second one, you are measuring and using numbers. So you know how to measure and using a numbers. Okay, so until we meet again next week for our third PdPR. So bye class.